that these things will, be able to happen. And we trust the president because he's also an academic. It's the first time we are having two people who are well leading our country. And we want to believe that they will want to keep their credibility. It's not easy to go to school and get a PhD like he has. So I want to believe that he wants to keep his credibility. He was the deputy governor, he was a governor, he was the vice president before now. He will not want to throw all those away. So I just want to appeal to Nigerians, all of us, to give him a chance, to encourage him. Because if all of us that went to school, able to work with somebody that went to school, other people will know that there is value in going to school. There is no business as usual. So it's very important. One priest in South Africa at some years back was saying, Nigeria is the one country that produces the highest number of university graduates. At that time, Nigeria was the only country that didn't have a graduate as a president. The first president we had was Yaradua as president. Now we have his deputy transmitted to president. So we want to believe, the other people did very well. It's just that we feel that with additional education and experience, he will also do better so that we keep improving. So my dear brothers and sisters, wonderful compatriots, it's our time to be part of this experiment. It's our time to be part of this job. Those who can come home, you're welcome to come home. There's a diaspora commission bill that Mr. President has just signed. There are other things happening that you can be part of. You can also help those who want to come over. You help them settle here. At the end of their stay here, they also come back and, do their own. It will help us fight poverty, gender equity. Mr. President has talked about massive youth employment. They are going to create jobs. In fact, any job now that comes to the Federal Executive Council must state the number of jobs it's going to give to young people before it is approved. So a whole lot of good governance, credible elections, those are part of Mr. President's transformation agenda. So I pray that we'll all, be part of this thing. We are all Nigerians. For me, I want to say that I'm a complete Nigerian too. So I know the issues. Yes, I was born in Lagos. I did my primary school there. I did my secondary education and first degree in the East. I did my postgraduate and working experience in the North. So we are here, we are there, we are there. So we'll say, I want to welcome all of you. So money, Shemoni, can you pay a cabo? I'm working in Sano Kudaiki. So thank you very much. Eshegoni.
A round of applause for her. You see? In English, please. We didn't understand you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the program continues. We are going to skip the section that refers to Nigel representative. What we'll be doing is taking questions in the interest of time. I know it's a weekday, we all have to get to work at some point tomorrow. So what we'll do is just to set some ground rules regarding your questions. The people on the high table, the Honorable Minister, and the Ambassador, and the Consul General, whomever you're directing your questions to, what I will do is we'll choose the first 3 people that will be asking questions, and then after that we go to the next 3 people. So we can, and if you can please limit your questions to 2 minutes, so we can get around to everybody. So yeah, so that's what we'll do. Let me start with the yes sir. Yes sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes. It is very good that we call for questions just like that. This sitting, we are not for the government, and we are not against the government. We should be able to express, if this is town meeting hall, that we need to express how we feel so that they can take this back home, not only questions. That's my observation. Okay? So now, I will suggest that you give room for people to express their feelings, how they make their suggestions, okay, and then make their comments. Because there are people who came here just now, we listen to them, because they came by force. We are not coming here by force. We want to be heard, not only questions. Thank you.
I appreciate your
By
comment.
the way, my name is Chief Ayola Shweto.
Okay, Chief Shweto, you know, I appreciate your comment. Whether you have questions or concern, you have an opportunity to express yourself. So if you're not asking, questions, you definitely want to send a message, and that's what we're going to be doing. What I am encouraging is for us to be able to touch each and every one that wants to, that have something to say. So we need to have some guidelines. I appreciate your comment. We're going to proceed in the interest of time. I'll choose the first 3 people. Sir, you want to, you can be, yes, number 1, okay? So, and we'll take it from here. Thank you.
In addition to that, please, if somebody asks a question, and that question is noted, please don't come back and repeat the same question, please, in the interest of time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Good evening. My name is Buki Shunuga, and I'm an independent journalist credentialed by the U.S. State Department. Let me just state this for the record. There's a reason for this. The guys that just left, they're all my friends, and we've been in New York for, I guess, 20, 30 years together. But the point is that I'm an independent journalist. We all have the right to choose what platform and in what capacity or what style we want to express disagreement with the government or with anybody for that matter. So obviously, I'm an independent journalist, and that's what I'm exercising. I'm here as a Nigerian, and I'm also here as an objective journalist. I mean, to really give integrity to the field of journalism and say things the way I see it. Now, my question is that, and I'm going to direct this question specifically to the minister. For a while now, since former President Obasanjo's administration, the Nigerian government have been reaching out to diaspora Nigerians, and up to date it has not worked. And I'm now really standing here to say that maybe that is the fault of the government or that's the fault. It's a two-way street. It's also the fault of the diaspora Nigerians. You see, we all sit here, I'm speaking now as a Nigerian, not as a journalist. We all sit here, we get emotional, we come to all these meetings, we don't take notes. There is no particular association that we affiliate with. I'm not talking about the religious institutions now, even whether you're part of a church or a mosque. Where is the action plan? When you come here,
okay, that's your opinion. Don't do that.
Excuse me.
Don't do that. Stop that.
Excuse me.
I have the right to express. I'm not patronizing anyone. I have the right.
Don't do that, Buki.
Can I just finish?
To the minister, that's fine.
No, you cannot coach.
Excuse me. Okay, excuse me. Buki, we are all journalists. So we have our
minister.
My point, okay, I will ask my question. Okay, my point is that we waste a lot of time. Now, okay, fine. Now, when you talk about, I can reflect the general frustration. I think I can express the general frustration as an individual. Okay, can I just speak? Now, when you talk about oil subsidy removal, when you talk about oil subsidy removal, what I've been gathering from the community at large is that, of course, some people are against it, some people think it's the timing, but the issue is that, Minister, when you were speaking just now, you talked about how the government plans to apply this money, this subsidy, when they remove it from the current oil, how they subsidize it. They're going to apply this to agriculture, to power, to maternal health, education system, transportation, gender equality. Okay. Okay, the point is, okay, so the point is that people want to know And we are going to hold, as a member of the media, I'm taking notes, we're going to hold the government accountable in terms of, okay, this is a list of what you said the government is going to do with this money when they remove it. Now, what is the timeline as far as what they plan to do with this money? And how do they plan to implement this money? So that's why I told
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Implement the money.
Please, thank you. The second person, please.
That's better. My name is Mr. Masa Ofuya. I have if you
Everybody just get online.
Can you identify yourself, sir? Thank you.
Mr. Omasa Ofuya. I have some observations. If you look at our national ID, we have freedom, we have peace, we have unity, but there's no justice. Without justice, you cannot have peace, you cannot have unity. Justice is what combines all together. While I have observation, I'm talking. 2, in terms of education, our education is too theoretical. There are 3 phases of education. You assimilate, you retain, and you create. We have 1 and 2. We are not able to create as a people. Sometimes I wonder with our PhDs, our books, what can we do?
Thank you. Thank you. The next person, please.
Excuse me, moderator. This is barbaric for people to line up for. Why don't you call them? We are waiting here, people coming on the line.
Your names were given to us, please.
No, yes, please. It was not proper for us to be queuing up like this.
don't need to say that. Please, take it.
Yes.
Please.
My name is
Yes, go ahead with your question.
My name is Peter Umo. I teach philosophy and comparative religious studies at a local university across the state line in Connecticut. I'll get straight to the point. I'm from Oil State. And the other day, I heard the Minister for Petroleum announce that the country was going to build 3 new refineries, one in Lagos, one in Bayelsa, and one in Kogi State. And then it was done. I couldn't believe my ears. I looked into my record. I'm an academic also. The state of Akwa Ibom produces the highest quantity of petroleum, which means the highest contribution to the federal budget. The last road in our state was built in the 70s by Gowon, between Calabar and Akwa Ibom. And bear in mind, we still make the most contribution to the federal budget. I just came back from Nigeria, and that road was not motorable. I'm coming now. Not to cite a refinery in Akwa Ibom. How are they going to pump the petroleum from our state to where those refineries are going to be? Are they not inviting people to blow them up? How can we continue to contribute to the welfare of the country without a reversal back to us? President Obasanjo was asked that question. What is the federal presence in Akwa Ibom State? He had the audacity to point to a police officer that is the federal presence in our state. Please tell Jonathan that I, Peter Umo, said, if he does not reverse the announcement, he is creating conditions that may bring about other issues that the executive did not plan for. I believe in peace. I do not just like someone to step to pay on my back and tell me it is raining.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Otoli Chimamanda. I'm here today representing Umuadigo, Nigeria, New York chapter. Our question will come last. But Umuadigo, Nigeria, in diaspora have a concern. And our concern is this. So many women are widows. They suddenly became widows. And some of them are forced to leave the north, where they have spent all their lives, to relocate. Now, because of the trauma they went through, because of the Boko Haram, I can never say what it is. Boko Haram or Boko Haram. The trauma is so much that some of them, they can't bear it. So they are forced to relocate, like I said before. Now, my question is to, I'm directing it to the minister. What are the solutions? What are the sustainable solutions that Nigerian government have for these women, more especially the Igbo women, who have lost all they have? What is it? Is asking economically, psychologically, they deserve to be helped. What are the solutions that the Nigerian government have for these women? And I'm here represented and with Ms. Lady Lovett Onokwo. Our president is Adeze Aldo.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Before you step to the microphone, we'll take 3 questions at a time to allow the minister to effectively, answer the questions. So we're going to stop for now while she provides our answers, and then we'll continue. And again, please let me remind us 2 minutes so we can get to everybody. Thank you.
You can sit down first if you want to. You don't want to.
I'm behind her.
The first question. Why don't we take our stand?
Aren't you going to forget?
Okay, by all means, the minister says it's okay. You can proceed. I don't know how many questions we'll take, but when she's ready, we'll get to the answers. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. My name is Deaconess Yemi Fawaz. I am very upset, and I'm really, really upset. We are here today to talk about the petroleum issue in Nigeria. And I'm talking for the Nigerians, not just for me or for one particular state. I guess I have witnessed so many presidents in the past, starting from Gowon. I was born before the independence, and every president that comes and goes, nothing was done in Nigeria. My education in Nigeria was by the British people. Thereafter, things were not the same again. The hospitals are not the same any longer in Nigeria. It hurts my heart to see the way my people are suffering in Nigeria. While the petroleum in Nigeria alone can feed the generation in about 200 years to come. But the corruption will not allow this. We have no hospital. We have no good water. We have no school. We have no good roads. It is ridiculous and very painful. And I'm sending this message to my president. Because the Bible said you must pray for the leaders of your nation. And I'm praying for them. This is about the time we need them. We are tired of people coming and procrastinating. We are tired about this whole issue. Please, take my message back to my president. I love him.
Thank you.
I love my people. We want something done from the petroleum money. We want the hospitals to be renovated. We want the schools to come back. We want the roads to be amended. We want to drink drinking water that will not cause us typhoid.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
God bless you all. Thank you.
Identify yourself, please.
My name, Kalai or Karl Omunda. I am former National Association of Nigerian Students NANS President. I'm NANS Chief Information Officer, NANS Nigerian Overseas. I was brought to this country because I was declared wanted by Abacha Babangida regime. That's how I came here. That's how I came here, for protesting against the military regime. Well, the issue at hand is that Nigeria has become a hell on earth. Oh. Hell on earth. We have no other situation already. There's no university collapsing. They are building new universities, can't maintain the old ones. All refineries, 4 refineries, you can't maintain them. You want to build new one. Who are we feeling? Who are we feeling? Who are we fooling? we are fooling ourselves, we become a joke within the international community. In fact, I'm even ashamed to claim my energy. I don't answer Nigeria in this place. Some of us are done. It's shameful to claim that. So our question is, they are bombing and killing and destroying churches by Boko Haram. There's no security. Then we are inviting FBI and CIA to come and investigate. What is our SSS doing? Jonathan said that Boko Haram has infiltrated SSS, his administration. Why not arrest them if you know them? Subsidy, oil. All along, they talk about oil subsidy. In fact, what information we have shows that oil subsidy does not even exist. Oil cooperations with NNPC, EFCC, and ministerial officials collaborate to siphon oil and take it away. As a publisher, Republic Reporters, our duty is to expose all this corruption. That's what we do. And I want to ask you, hang on, last one, I get away from here. Please tell the leadership back home, if there's anyone at all, that I support this protest. I'm one of the protesters, and we are angry that people are suffering.
Thank you.
Either we stay together or we divide it in peace. Please, Nigerians, thank you so much.
My name is Joyce Adekunle. I am half Yoruba.
Are you cooling?
I spent 10 years teaching in Nigerian universities. University of Ife, University of Nigeria, and University of Uyo. I came to the US when the issue of 419 was really, really rampant, and I decided to leave academia and come and do something and show a different image of Nigeria. I do concerts, workshops, seminars, festivals that has drawn the mayor, the director of USCIS, NYPD, council members, you name them. They have come and they know me.
Question.
I'm giving you a background. I want to explain something. Okay? 1 minute. So I am known in New York City. My question is this. There is such a bad image of Nigeria here in the US. Everyone talks about corruption, how corrupted Nigerians are. And I have spent, since I've been here, my time, my work, my energy and my finances to show that Nigerians are not all corrupt. We have tried to cajole the government. We have tried force. We have tried to use morality to try to deal with this issue of corruption. We want to know, how can we reach the government? Because we're sick and tired of the corruption. How can we reach them? What tactics can we use to let the government know that the money that is being made in Nigeria should be used for the well-being of the people? We need roads, we need hospitals, just like Adam said. And how can we reach the government?
Thank you. Thank you. Please remember, we don't want questions or observations repeated. When somebody says something about hospitals, roads, please, you go to something else because we have a lot of variety of things to talk about. Thank you.
Thank you. My name is Princess Chichi Okeke, the Honorable Minister. I'm actually here for suggestion. I'm suggesting because there's been so many said. And that goes to terrorism. When you were talking, I'm talking to the minister, you made mention about the Western world, how it's been done, because this is something new for us. So in the Western world, which happens to, America happens to be one of them, when it comes to terrorism here, they need it before, they stop it before it starts. They try to curtail it, try to stop it, they hear anything, but it looks, the people that came here are really, really mad. Simply because people are dying and they feel like the country is not doing anything to stop it. That's why they are being so upset, and they feel like they can. Although I don't support the way they did it, but that's really the major reason why they are being so angry. So my suggestion here is this: I suggest that the president or the government should try more to, because it's new to us, it's a new thing in our country. They could involve the people in the north more the heads, the emirs and the sultanates or whatever, because these are their people that are actually destroying our country. You know, I'm referring to the book of men. Please, just give me a little minute.
No. 1 minute. You've gone.
You said 2 minutes. I'm suggesting, please.
She protested.
So, if we can involve the heads of this, of the outside, well, I'm sorry, the northern part, because the Boko Haram thing is actually coming from there. It looks like, I've been waiting to see like top heads there, the people that they respect, to come out and say, hey, this is not good. You guys should stop. You know, if they can involve them to be maybe head of something, to stop this Boko Haram something, to stop killing our people. That's number one. Number two, the Oil-Subsidy thing, I think is a little premature, in my view. Because when you think about it, there should have been other ways that you could stop this export of fuel to other countries. Because the people that are suffering now is actually the poor man in the village, the little conductor, the driver who is driving a car bus from one place. They are the ones that are suffering. Not really these big people, because they have the money to afford all this thing. They are the ones that are suffering.
Our money.
And then,
our money.
Finally, babe.
Our money, not their money.
And finally, my suggestion there, you made mention that the licenses have been given out and nothing has been built yet. So if licenses have been given out and no refinery has been built yet, it's still very premature to actually increase it when no refinery. Then that means there's no competition yet.
Thank you.
No competition is
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Hello, good evening. I'm going to try to keep this short. I have 3 questions, but I realize that everybody's tired. My first question is...
What's your name, please?
Oh, so sorry. My name is Yumi Abioye. And my first question, I think a lot other people have alluded to, is the question of poverty. In 1996, the poverty rate was 46%. And in 2001, Obasanjo created the National Poverty Eradication Program. But since then, in 2011, the poverty rate has risen to 70%. Now, doing my research in regards to poverty in Nigeria, trying to do research on this program, I found that the website was down. And so my question is, if there's a commitment to poverty, to alleviating poverty, which is now at 70% in Nigeria, why is the website down? Why can't ordinary Nigerians even get information about this? I think that this shows a lack of commitment towards eradicating poverty in Nigeria if the website itself is not even working. My second question is, shouldn't there be a bill living in the United States and having national pride? Americans, I think, will be dismayed if the American president became ill and he flew off to Germany for medical treatment. Shouldn't there be some sort of a bill in Nigeria to keep Nigerian officials, and I'm not talking about regular Nigerians, I'm talking about the people who are actually responsible for creating, as they say, hospitals. Shouldn't there be a bill that says that if you cannot use your own hospital, that you are not allowed? In fact, it should be against Nigerians to say that you will get health care outside, which says that there's no commitment to even allowing health care to be adequate for regular Nigerians.
Thank you.
So, and my last question is, in the New York Times, I was thinking that I was going fast. In the New York Times, it stated that yesterday that in 10 years, Ghana will not need aid. Now, as a competitive Nigerian, I want to know, how do you feel about this, where even another African country, our next door neighbor, seems to be more committed to moving their country forward, and I don't really know about the commitment of Nigerians to move.
Those are you.
Good evening, Honorable Minister, and good evening, everyone. My name is Okems Innocent Okemezie. I serve as Commissioner, African Affairs at the City of Newark, and before then, I was the Deputy Mamsa in the state. I would like to not only to ask a question, to make some suggestions. We know that this particular process of our subsidy withdrawal has generated and will continue to generate serious resistance from the people. And we know also that this is rooted in the people not trusting the government. So I would like to suggest very strongly that we would, if we can engage, even though we have something like town hall meetings like this, if the government can engage in education, mass education campaign, like we had it during the Master days, trying to organize it at the local government levels and the state levels, educating the people on this. This is a very well articulated program right here. I've gone through it. So if people are educated enough, I don't